Hi everyone and welcome to my big box of books. This week is a special week because I've just got back from a fantastic holiday in New York, and this book is also written by a new writer. This week's book is Lost in New York, written by Lewis Kay.
It was a normal day in London and everything was happening as it usually did. The clouds were grey, yet no rain came. Black cabs crawled along the roads in heavy traffic, and Big Ben chimed every hour to tell the Londoners what time it was. Jack sat on his chair by the window, barking at everything that went by as he always did. He watched as his master loaded the big black box into the back of his car. Expecting to hear the sound of James's car roar into life, Jack rested his head sorrowfully on the arm of the chair. It was only when he heard the front door creak open that he realised the vehicle hadn't moved at all. Jack leapt into action, running into the hall to investigate the mysterious return. The black box lay open on the floor, and James was dashing up the stairs. Jack's curiosity took over, and without a second thought he dived into the pile of trousers and shirts, burying himself like he buried bones in the garden. He was completely hidden. Bump, roll, drag. Jack awoke to the sound of people talking and lots of beeping. A burst of heat surprised him, and while he wondered where the sudden warmth was coming from, he was unaware that he had just been scanned in the airport x-ray machine. He closed his eyes tightly, wishing he could be back in his chair in London. Jack had lost track of time. He felt as if he had spent a lifetime in the black box. Click, click. Jack peered out from beneath the clothes.
Jack!
Exclaimed James.
What? Why? How?
Jack barked excitedly, wagging his tail madly.
What are you doing in New York, Jack?
Jack let out a confused grumble. New York? How did I get here? Leaving the hotel, Jack took a moment to take in the surroundings. Well, it wasn't London, that was for sure. Gone were the red buses and black taxis. Instead, there were yellow cabs and a distinct smell of hot dogs. Later, Jack stood at the edge of what was the biggest park he had ever seen. He barked hello to the horses that stood proudly with their carriages. Welcome to Central Park, Jack. James took off his lead and Jack ran off, so happy to be free after the day he'd had. Where was James? Jack had been so excited. He had chased birds, climbed rocks, and he even had a quick swim in the boating lake, and he had forgotten about James. Now he was lost. There was no doubt about it, and as the sun began to set, Jack sat down and cried.
Are you okay, buddy?
Jack looked up straight into the nostrils of a huge horse. I've lost my human and don't know where to look for him.
I know. You should go to the top of the Empire State Building to look for him.
Jack looked up at the building. It was so tall that he couldn't even see the top.
All right, we're coming up to the 80th floor. You're headed to the top of the Empire State Building right here in the heart of New York City.
As he looked out towards the river, he thought he saw a familiar figure. Yes, it was James. Running as fast as his little legs would carry him, Jack headed outside and in the direction of where he had just seen James. Reaching the river, Jack stopped finally. He needed a drink, and he needed it quickly. Jack saw a sign for a toilet, and toilets had water. When he came out from his extra long drink, Jack was surprised to find himself floating along the Hudson River, away from land and away from James. Jack sat watching the buildings and trees going past. It's the Statue of Liberty, someone said. Staten Island. Everyone off, called the captain. Jack hid under a bench and hoped that James would still be there when he got back.
Jack! I was so worried. I know you like swimming, so I took the ferry to look for you.
It was dark as they walked back through the city.
This is Times Square, Jack,
said James. Jack woofed in approval. He liked it here now he wasn't alone. After the best sleep ever, Jack lay on the big bed and watched James pack his suitcase. He climbed on top of the neatly folded clothes.
No, Jack, you don't have to travel like that again. You can come in my flight bag, but you must be quiet.
It was a very different journey home. Jack gazed up at the buttons and the lights of the cockpit and watched his master fly the plane. Now he knew where James went.
Lewis was born in Southampton in England and was born in 2007 in December, which means he will be 12 this year. That means no matter what age you are, you can follow your dreams. And I think you've written a fantastic story, Lewis. I hope you don't mind, Lewis, but I shortened your story just a little bit so the video wasn't too long. If you want to read the whole story, find the link in the bio below. Until next time, click like, subscribe, and tune in again next time for a different story. Bye.